So why is hiring so hard? Hiring is one of the hardest things that you'll do as a business owner. Why? Hiring often drags for small businesses, taking months, and the failure rate for most is very high. Why? It is one of the things that as a business owner, you do the least. No wonder most struggle with the process. Look, I'm going to share with you 5 tips that we use to help cut clients' hiring time by 75%. 82% of small businesses have no employees. Even employee firms are very tiny. And over 40% plan to hire with very little experience in doing so. Most struggle with losing candidates to delays, identifying the right skills, deciding what can be trained, and then also just assessing if they're a good cultural fit or not. That's why the process stretches on for months and the best talent moves on. Let me tell you a little bit about a case study and then I'll get to those 5 different tips. So a Colorado insurance firm was losing staff under a heavy workload. Stress snowballed and service was suffering. We helped them by placing a dedicated renewal team using virtual assistants. We placed a team leader plus 2 specialists in about 2 weeks, cutting time to hire in roughly 75%. So the result was backlog failed, client communication improved, retention stabilized, and the culture strengthened with a higher job satisfaction. Here are the 5 strategies that I'm going to share with you that help make this possible. The first thing is let the business strategy guide the hiring strategy. In other words, know what the need is. Look, define the future direction and talent gaps. Write the roles that fit where you're going. Here's an example. If it's an executive assistant to free up leadership time or a service role to free up sales and then also marketing. Second thing is ask the right questions to the prospective employees. Look, use behavior-based prompts and look for specific examples. Watch for them overselling and then also verify a proven track record in the core work that they've done. Number 3 is speed up the process. Look, pre-plan the steps and keep a pipeline. Target about 3 weeks so you don't lose strong candidates to a slower competitor. Look, we use strict timelines with a hard, non-negotiable expectations. Look, if they don't meet the expectations, they don't make the cut. Number 4 is create a smooth process. Look, be friendly. Set expectations at every step and avoid too many different hoops. Look, poor communication and then also cumbersome processes push candidates away. The 5th thing is look outside the box. Look, go virtual to access a global pool. Skilled VAs can be a long tenured partner, giving you capacity with consistency. Look, the result in all this is with a clear strategy, faster processes, and the right talent, you protect your team, improve the services, and then fill the roles in weeks, not months. These are some of the elements that help to ensure that we have a over 90% employee retention rate compared with the national average of 50 to 70%. Look, if this video is helping you out, click the follow button. I'm going to post a brand new video every week with shorts every day, all designed to help you grow your business faster and smarter. Also, if you want to take a look at the link in my bio, I've got a copy of my executive assistant framework there for you for free. You're free to have it, as well as also a link to the full-length version of these blog posts.